And having spoiled principalities and powers, he made a show of them openly, triumphing over them in it. Colossians 2:15. When Jesus Christ of Nazareth, who is Yahshua the Messiah of Israel, when he died on the cross, he made an open show of his enemies by defeating the very idol of this world, the cross, which is the number 8, because the kings of the earth, they worship the number 8. They worship the Sumerian gods. But the people of Israel that are grafted into them by the blood covenant of Yahshua the Messiah of Israel is led by the King of Israel and not the king of this world. The king of this world is Inanna, because Lucifer appears as a male or a female deity, is identified with this spider right here. It's a similitude of Inanna. It's what Yahweh has sent me with to show to those who have ears to hear. The spider has 8 legs and a chevron. The number 3. That's what the king of this world is identified with. I praise my Maker, and I hope that you do too, that you would see that he is demonstrating his power, and the hope is within us. There is no hope in the things of this world. The things of this world is to teach us to be lawless, to be excessive, to have no limits. That's what the films do, and that's what the films teach. Everything in this world, it points towards that, to teach us to be like the king of this world, to be lawless, to have no boundaries, have no limits. Only Yahweh is the one who is without limit. The movie here came out this year. You can see online. The full movie is on YouTube, I believe. So they want to change the thinking of the world to believe in something else other than Yahweh, our Creator. It starts off the trailer. He's representing Christmas. So look here early on. They are associating Jesus with Christmas. Now many people in the world, they celebrate our Messiah with Christmas. And of course, Yahweh knows the hearts. But it's not about the flock of Jesus. It's about the leaders. It's the leaders that are in agreement worldwide. And I'll show to you what I mean. Worldwide, they all agree that their gods are born on December 25th. Because they have one mind. And that's how you know anti-Messiah. When you see the anti-Messiah in the churches, you see your church leaders, church pastors, and you look around inside the church and you see the same symbols used by pagan deities and same symbolism that are used by the gods of the world, then you know you're up against the anti-Messiah and that your congregation is led by the anti-Messiah. This is an image from internet to illustrate the December 25th. The Spirit takes possession of items to claim it as its own, as it did with Christianity. The enemy crept in and changed things and to claim it as its own, to misrepresent the faith. They use the 8-pointed star here and 3 kings. Why 3 kings? Because that's the star right there is represented by the number 8, and you have 3 kings. That's the idol. I'll give you another example. This year, or actually last year, you see NASA, they had a solar eclipse, and on the 8th of April, they launched 3 rockets in space. You can read here, NASA will shoot 3 rockets into the April 8th solar eclipse. I covered that in a past video. When Yahweh was glorified greatly, that I could see what he was revealing, and he led me through the process to see this. they're launching 8 rockets or 3 rockets on April 8th. That's the idol 8 and 3. Because the anti-Messiah is absurd. You can see the Southern Cross here. But Yahweh's Spirit, and we don't worship Him by things we see. This work that I'm doing will help you to understand that the world, they put their faith and their trust in things they see and hear and experience. That's why Lucifer's taking over the churches, because the weakness of our flesh, that we would worship our Creator in pleasure, because Inanna is a goddess of pleasure, not love. This is more on Christmas. Another item for Christmas is the 8-pointed star, and below is a tree like a triangle, the pyramid, 8 and 3. Yes, that's the same star on the coat of arms for Pope Francis to represent Inanna. And here they have the 8-pointed star. They're identifying Jesus with the number 8. And there is the true pyramid with Inanna on top of it, as she is on top of the world, this world system. I've said before, everything in this world revolves around her, of this world system. These are examples I showed in the past. Here as well, the idol is 8 and 3. And so is a spider. And here are 2 of them. This here is a palmet. It is, I'll show you as I go along, but I want you to see that it is symbolic of the beast system. It is symbolic of Baal worship. And so is here. You'll see that the spider here is a match to this right here. There are 3 of these here and 2 circles like the number 8. This is 8 and 3, just like the spider. And there's 2 of them. Just like right here, 1, 2, and right there is a chevron. This is an idol, and I'll give details in a minute, but I want you to see that this right here and this is the same. There's 3 of these and 2 circles. And this is the resurrection power of Yahshua our Messiah, to make an open show of his enemies. And here is the colors of the Nazis, because that's the spirit of anti-Messiah. I've seen pastors in churches that they wear these colors, black with a little bit of red and white. A circle and a circle is the number 8 and a chevron, because this city where Yahweh sent me to is honoring Inanna, Lucifer, by the idol they put in the neighborhood. This happened right before Passover. I was walking around I went to 3 different stores to find Passover lamb, and all I could find was ham. And that is the truth. And I kept trying, and Yahweh knew my heart. Of course he does. He knows our motives. And as I was discouraged about the spirit of this city and the spirit of this world, who has replaced him with a piece of ham. He's the Passover lamb, but the world and the churches that are joined to the spirit of this world, they all agree to replace him for something else. And then I ran into this here idol. It's not about the idol, but the work that I'm doing demonstrates the power and the love our Creator has for us. And his power that I'm showing to you, the power that he has that comes from above, is the power that sets us free. And the more I demonstrate, and the more you see of his glory and his power, through the servants, not just me, but others, you will be strengthened to know that you can trust in him, not by what you see, but by his Spirit that leads us. This is also in Palmyra, where this idol is from. This is a woman in Palmyra, and she is represented by the number 8. I showed the pastor here. The pastor also has the number 8 representing here, but Yahweh knows his heart, and Yahweh looks to the inside, but man looks to the outer appearance. That's why people represent, that it be known what he represents. So this is a statue from Palmyra. Here is the idol here, like you've seen on stage. It's very common for the Roman Empire, and it's seen all around the world. It's a natural design, but I've said before, the enemy hides within. This is what we know, it hides within. And here is the heart shape. 2 circles and a chevron. It's all over the cities where the Roman Catholic Church flourishes. You'll see this idol, because the Jesuits and the Roman Catholics, they take the idol with them wherever they go. This is 8 and a chevron. And Yahweh is glorified greatly. I walked away from my computer to bow down and worship Yahweh, because he led me and showed to me that this right here is in Tibetan Buddhism, which he delivered me from in 1997. Yahweh's praised, and he's very great, and he can be trusted. 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side, and right here in the middle is a chevron. That's 8 and 3, 8 and V, a chevron right there in Buddhism. Right here you see the 8. This is the 8. What do you see above it? 1, 2, 3. This is how the Egyptian Ankh is. You have the Egyptian Ankh has a cross, which is number 8, and right above it is the heart shape, like a V shape, that makes the chevron, the 3 points. The cult of Isis uses the Ankh. And you see right here, the Pope is representing here the same form as in Tibetan Buddhism. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and right in the middle represents a chevron, just like here in Tibetan Buddhism. There's no other power that could do this but Yahweh, our Creator, who has opened my eyes to see that when I was practicing Tibetan Buddhism, I too was worshiping Lucifer without knowing it. Here is again, I've shown before, this is on the front page of worldwidewidow.com. It's in the video. And the video you can see also in the YouTube channel. You can search out for, it's called Anti-Messiah Visibility Day. It's the only video I have with the name Anti-Messiah, 8 and a chevron. This is the Council of Nicaea. This is the foundation of the faith of the Roman Catholic Church, which wanted to represent and to take our faith from us, to claim that they are the true church. Yes, they are the mother church, because their mother is Inanna and not Jerusalem. They believe in Jesus, and that's what matters, because Yahweh will straighten everything out. Yahweh gives the increase, and by his Son we are kept safe, and he will take us to where he needs us. I've said before, and many people agree, the brothers agree, that those of the Catholic faith are being held hostage by Lucifer. And here is the evidence I present to you. Again, at Christmas time, they worship the idol, 8 and a chevron right there. Yahweh provides everything I need, and he showed this to me, that the antefix is how the world labels their idols and designs. And I'm just showing to you how this movie, The King of Kings, how it opens up with the Christmas play. They add this here to it to represent Baal worship, to represent the world and not represent our Messiah. If they wanted to represent our Messiah, they could use something that came out of Israel, but they used something that represents the Roman Empire and Baal worship. And so does her shirt. Her shirt has the same symbol, same idol that represents the same thing. It represents the world, it represents Baal worship, it represents the Roman Empire. But that's the way the world is. But let it be known, as I said before, our hip-hop stars, movie stars, church stars, they represent and they put the idol on their clothes. So here you see that Palmyra was a place of Baal worship. They have the temples of Baal here. And this idol that here I'm showing to you, this here is from Palmyra, and you can find it right here. I'm not going to say which ones, but up inside here, there's a little bit of evidence left that Yahweh is praised, that Yahweh wanted me to see that knows, so that I would know that this idol that's on here is for Baal worship. And when I see that in my governments, and I see that in my country, in my churches, in my films, I know who they're representing. When I see it in the different world religions, like I showed you with the Buddhism, I know what they're representing. It identifies the beast system. The Palmet is from or seen here in Palmyra. Now let me show you the two spiders. This is a revelation that Yahweh has given to me. It's not understood. He has all the answers, and it's up to him for his glory that the answers be understood. But here there are two of them, and here are two more. Take a look and see. 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side, and a chevron. Also here on the right side, there are 4 on one side and 4 on the other side, and there is a chevron on the top. It's a double idol, and it represents the same thing, same idol. We fear and trust Yahweh, and you should also as well, because these are the terrifying powers of Yahweh our Maker. He is the one true source of everything. Whether it's good or evil, He is the one who's responsible, and He is the one who's to be feared and trusted. There's 4 columns on the left, 4 on the right. There's 1, 2, 3 up at the top. Because filmmakers, like these filmmakers, they love their idols. And here's again the same idol on the wall. If you go to Google and search for wallpaper from the 1800s or wallpaper designs from the 1800s, you'll see countless idols all over the wallpapers, because the old world was covered with idols. As I said before in this channel, in my videos, I've even given examples. Carpet, wallpaper, idols everywhere. But that evidence was destroyed during World War II and World War I, and still today. Because the great Gaza Mosque in Gaza, guess what? It had the same idol, but not anymore, because it's gone. And the idol in Gaza is a match to the crown of the Pope, so that you would know that they have one mind. There's a cross right there in the chevron. That's what that is. It appears to some people, to the average person, as just a regular pattern. It's a natural pattern, but it's used to represent the idol, to represent Lucifer. Let me show you here. This right here is a synagogue, central synagogue. What do you see here? Right there is a cross and a chevron. Same thing here. The cross with a chevron, the same idol. They are without Messiah, but the power that reveals this only came by the blood of the Lamb, by the Messiah of Israel, who they have rejected. But you need to have reasons to believe. But each of us in the body of Messiah, we share our testimonies, we share what our Maker has done, that others may have the hope and see the evidence of his resurrection. The David and Goliath, I did a video on this. You can search the channel for the David and Goliath film and see that this here is the idol. Here is a clear shot here. The cross and the chevron. This is a Diablo video game. You'll see the same thing right there, that you would know that they are represented by the exact same idol. There it is there, the cross and the chevron. Excuse me. You can get the details on this in the video called ABQ Spider Part 2, where I show that this here was brought to Peru by the Jesuits. It was brought to Peru and to Mexico. The idol spread with them. They brought it with them. The cross and the number and the chevron here. Here is a film. Filmmakers, the movie stars representing. That's what they do. In 1928, they've been doing it since that time, putting the idol in films. And when you see the film for the X-Men movie, when you see the X-Men, you see a circle around the X. Just think about that and put a square around it, because that's what they're representing. They represent the world. There are the idols here in the Roman Catholic Church. I've shown in the past videos, but I want to show you this here is the number 8. The cross is the number 8, and right here is a chevron. And the same thing here, same idol. This is the same idol. This is a recent film I've seen with Jason Stratham. I forgot pronounce his name. Jason Stratham. He did the movie called Transporter 1, 2, and 3. Now it looks like Jesus. It looks like they're representing Jesus, but it's not. It represents Lucifer, and this is in the churches. May Yahweh have mercy on our churches. What do you see here? It's an X inside the square, but it's a diamond. If you search for the cross inside of a diamond, you'll see that the Navajo, respectfully called Dene, have adapted the same idol, but they had help from the Jesuits. They came here to New Mexico, and they thought that they were representing Jesus. I'm not going to speak more on that. But that's the idol, the world, and it's the same idol in the film, the King of Kings. Yahweh is the King of the universe, and He sent His Son as a blood sacrifice for us, that whoever will believe in Him and to believe on His name will have eternal life. John 17:3. Remember that, John 17:3. It goes with John 3:16 for those who have memorized it. Our hope is not in the world, but in the things we do not see. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. But the world, who do not know our Maker, for whatever reason, it's nothing bad, nothing evil, but people they don't know our Creator, they put their hope in the things they see. And that's the tricks of the enemy, is to seduce people with the idol that I've shown to you. The world is putting their hopes in the idol. And I know that because The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, his ring he has on his hand, that's the idol ball. Joel Osteen, he puts the idol on his tie. I've seen the idol in countless churches because they put their hope in the idol for money, for profit, for gain, for power, to manipulate and control people. But that's all going to end because our Master Yahshua Messiah of Israel, who rose on the seventh day, is on his way. And only Yahweh knows when, but he's given us time to change and to repent and to put our trust in him and not in the things of this world. I pray this will bless you, and may your faith increase in him, and to know that he is the guardian of Israel. There's no other that will guard Israel but him. This world is not going to guard you. Your pastor is not going to guard you. Your church, all they want from you is your money, and to mislead you, and to use you and manipulate the flock of Jesus, and to do their Baal worship. It's the leaders who are responsible. The leaders who are guilty. The leaders who are using us and using the flock. Come out of the churches that agree with Vatican City is what you do. That's your safety. There is no safety in Trinity and Easter and 8-day Sunday Sabbath. But continue in your way that you're convicted, because you're led by your convictions, and that's exactly what you should do. To hold on to your faith and to know that Jesus, there's only one Jesus. There's only one of them. And our hope is in him. You call him by whatever name that you want to call him by. You worship him the way that you're led to worship. But you need to know and to see that, as I'm showing to you in this channel, that our leaders are using us to perform their Baal worship. It's in all the religions. But those churches that agree with Vatican City, by Easter, Trinity, and 8-day Sunday Sabbath, there are the ones who have the idol. And this is the truth and the words from above. May Yahweh bless you and keep you, and guard yourself from excessiveness, because the spirit of lawlessness is increasing, and that's the burden of the enemy, is to put the burden on us to make life unsustainable. As I'm working out my own problems, I'm learning to get rid of many things as much as possible and to minimize things. Because the black widow spider, guess what? Her web is messy. There is no order. But Yahweh wants us to have order. Shalom to you, and blessings to you and yours.